Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be doing some custom work to the 370Z. This is something that I've been talking about for a while now, is making something custom on the Widebody kit. Because like I mentioned before, I feel like it's kind of, plain. It doesn't have like a lot of uniqueness to it, which is something that I want. Like it's just a body panel that extends 2 inches further out. And I wanted to add a vent on the side to make it look sick and different. So here is where I'm at right now. I already cut this side right here, and you can see that that's how it's gonna look. I decided to do more of like a curved edge because I think it would look a lot better instead of just being, a sharp edge. So it's gonna stick in like this, but I do need to measure it out, and I gotta be careful because when I mocked it up, I actually didn't realize that the back portion of this right here is gonna hit, so I could only go, I believe it was about that far right there, but the bottom sunk in a lot, so I could go pretty far in, which I think actually looks pretty sick, being farther out from the bottom than the top. So that worked out perfect. And then right now, what I'm doing is I'm cutting this section right here. I honestly just went based off of like the body lines, so not sure if you guys can really see it, but on the Z, there's like a body line right there where it curves down. I kind of follow that line going to the vent. So it's gonna go straight right here. I already drew it with the marker right there. You can see it's gonna follow in, going down. I picked up my little cutoff wheels. My other one had broke, so I had to pick these up. And we're gonna go ahead and use my Dremel to cut it out. So this will give us a better idea of how it's gonna look because this fender is already black. This one, I took off the carbon fiber, which is this over here. It was just looking really bad. I'm not sure if you guys can really see it, but it started to yellow and the clear started to flake and peel. So, it was bothering me, of course, and I want this, to look perfect because honestly, everything on the car looks really good. The bumper, the entire body, the rear carbon fiber hatch, everything looks really good. Just the body kit doesn't look as smooth. It just ruins the entire car, in my opinion. So I wanted to fix that so this can be like 100% ready for shows. So there's a cutout right there, and then we're gonna clean it up, of course, but it's gonna look something like that. Like that's the farthest I can really push it in, right there and right there. Once it starts to hit the back part of the well, I need to tape it or something so it can stay in. That way you can see it a little bit better. But I think it's gonna look pretty sick once it's all complete, because right now it looks a little bit off because we need to fill in this spot right here. And I'm gonna clean it up. I did go a little bit too far right here, but we can just, fill that in once we're ready to paint it and everything. All right, so here's how it kind of looks right now. I put a cap in there to push it out, and that's actually perfect. Like it's pushing it out enough to hit the body. And I think we just gotta measure out right here how far we want it. I gotta cut a piece. I can actually do that right now since I have a little bit left over on how far I want it out. So I'll cut a triangle piece to fit right in there. That way when we go ahead and begin cutting, we know how far we want it to stick out, because if we make it too far out, it's gonna hit the back and we're not gonna be able to install this on there. And then I was thinking about making the hole like a little bit bigger by cutting the backside, maybe right here going down, but I'm not sure if that's going to be way too much and it's just going to look weird because you can kind of see the body right here on the back already, and if it goes too far out, I don't think it's going to look good. So I'll think about it, see what I want to do. If I want to keep it like that, maybe I can just cut the top portion and then slant it down to make it a little bit wider, but It doesn't look bad like that either. We'll have to see. That does actually look pretty sick right there. I feel like that's how the kit should have came from the get-go, with the vent right there on the side. Yeah, that looks pretty sick. But once it's done, it'll look a lot better. Alright, so here is the fender that I was working on, and it came out pretty good for the most part. I just filled in a few spots, but right there you can see I added the fiberglass. Same thing on the other side. And this thing is really sturdy, as you can see. It's not moving. We just gotta fill it in with some Bondo, smoothing it out. Should have come out really good. And then here we gotta do this side right now. I have this like cap to hold it in place, that way I could just add the resin and the fiberglass fabric. That way it can, you know, stick on there, and then once it hardens, it'll hold it into place. So in order to make this stick, you have to sand down the area where you're going to apply the fiberglass, because if you just apply it on top of already, you know, hardened fiberglass, it's not going to stick properly, and it's just going to, you know, end up maybe even just cracking or falling apart. Now if we look at this side here, you can see that this has blended in extremely well, and it's hardened on top of the other fiberglass. So this thing is not going anywhere. This thing is sturdy. As you can see, it's not going anywhere. It's rock solid. So this side's good. It just needs to be smoothened out and then, you know, filled in. But this side we gotta start from scratch. So I'll try to record as much as possible. But right now I'm just gonna, you know, scuff up the area with this right here. Don't do it like that. And then add the fiberglass on top. So let's go ahead and finish this one up. Alright guys, so here is one of the fenders for the most part done. The other one is actually done already because I already smoothed it out and I filled it in. And I wanted to show you guys like kind of what I ended up and not miss any steps. So right here, this bottom one is filled in really well. Right there you can see that it looks pretty smooth, it's filled in. It has like no holes. But if you look at this side right here, there's a pretty big hole right there. And I had to go ahead and shave it down and cut it to make it smooth. That way you don't see that bump right there once we fill it in with Bondo, because this is reinforcing it, making it strong with the fiberglass, and the Bondo is more to just, you know, smoothing it out. It's not really to make it stronger. It's more for just smoothing it. I'm going to continue to cut it. I think this one is actually not that bad. I may have to cut it just like a little bit, but I gotta fill in the holes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go ahead and rotate this sideways like that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and cut a little bit right there. Put a bunch of resin. That'll fill it in and reinforce it so it's stiff. So that's the last thing we gotta do. After that, we're pretty much done. I will most likely have to remove the wrap because all of the resin got on top of the wrap, so it's gonna look really bad. And then now we can go ahead, fill it in, and then I gotta find somebody to actually paint it, because I think with paint it's gonna look a lot better. Alright guys, so here are both of the panels side by side with them fiberglass and reinforced, and this is how they look right now. And right here you can see that it's still yellow. So we're gonna sand it down, add some Bondo on the inside, but I'm gonna do that in another video. I'll most likely do this as like a series or a part 1, and then the next part will be part 2 of doing the Bondo work, and then we'll do like a part 3 of, you know, primering it, getting it painted and everything, and installed onto the car. So I'm gonna make this as a few videos, that way I can show you guys exactly what you gotta do, but it is a lot of work. You gotta let this, you know, cure. I usually leave it for like a day once I add some type of fiberglass on there, but you can add it once it tacks up. You can add more fiberglass on top of it so it can actually, you know, stick really good. But yeah, that's how it looks. It looks really sick. And then just in case you guys are wondering why this one looks, you know, a little bit smoother, is because I actually primered this one before adding the vinyl on this side. This side is the one where the carbon was just removed. That's why it looks really bad. I have to smoothen this one down still, primer it, and then do everything else I'm gonna need to do, which is Bondo and, you know, cleaning it up. But that's the finished result. Hopefully you guys like it and it gives you some ideas, because I could not find any videos on how to make a vent out of fiberglass like this. So I think this is gonna be useful for a lot of you guys that want to do something cool like this. But it looks really sick and it's different, and I was a little bit scared that it wasn't gonna come out good, but overall I'm actually happy that I tried it. But yeah, that's gonna conclude the video. As for my Hot Wheels, I did collect quite a few more. I think I just found this one. I don't think I've showed this one yet, but I found the GTR Skyline right here in a monster truck version. I was not expecting to find this at all. I was actually just at the store and I saw it sitting there, so I picked it up. But the Hot Wheel collection is growing. It's looking really sick. My premiums have increased a lot. I have a lot now. It's crazy. So I'm thinking about getting rid of a few of the premiums that I don't want, so I could just leave the ones that I really like up there. Of course, mainly Nissan and Skyline. Datsun. If there's anything else that I like that's really cool, I'll keep it. This is going to conclude this part of the video. Make sure you guys stay tuned for the next part on making sure everything is smoothed out. It looks really clean. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.